Hi, y'all. My name is Anna Breck, and I'm a senior originally from St. Louis, Missouri. I am an actuarial sciences major with an economics minor. I'm super excited to get to share my story with each of you. So, today I'm going to talk about embracing and even learning to love change. When I first began thinking about what topic I wanted to present, I never expected it to be so relevant to the time. As we all now know, change is inevitable. Right now, we're in a sea of change. Each of us change from having face-to-face interactions with professors, friends, and mentors to virtual ones. We change from having full access to the classroom setting and all the resources we can imagine to learning how to navigate those resources online. Some of us may have even changed locations in which we call home. For me, I'm back in my home state of Missouri for the longest time since the summer after my first year at TCU. Our whole society has taken on a big change of social distancing and managing life from within the home. Now, let me be honest with you. All this change isn't fun. This change caused each of us to lose something. Seniors lost their final bits of senior experience. Leaders lost the opportunities to show off the hard work they had been producing for the upcoming events. First year students lost their final months of their first year. Faculty and staff lost time to strengthen connections with all of their students, and each of us lost the opportunity to finally see the tulips blossom. Quite frankly, our plans changed. This isn't the first time we experienced change, though. Each and every one of us have been wrestling with change our entire lives. As a senior, I can tell you I've experienced plenty of change even throughout just my 4 years here at TCU. We all experienced change when we started at TCU for the first time, starting college in a new place for the first time. And if you're like me, you moved away from home and said the longest goodbye to your parents. We all experienced the change of dorm life. I no longer had a room to myself, but was introduced to the idea of roommates, who, lucky for me, turned out to be two of my very best friends here at TCU. Maybe if you're like me, your class sizes went up, or your classes got a whole lot harder. Most of us had to change the way we studied because the mediocre ways we used in high school were just not going to cut it anymore. And maybe if you're just like me, you changed your major while here at TCU. My record is 3 changes. Throughout my time at TCU, the changes continued. I had organizational leadership changes and witnessed organizations take new routes. I became a leader in organizations I loved, and I even got the honor of serving as president of one this past year. However, schoolwork and organizational changes were not the only ones I experienced. I became an aunt for the first time and now a proud aunt to the 3 beautiful ladies you see right now. I was diagnosed with generalized anxiety disorder and had to learn how to cope and manage it. I even changed my hair color a few times, which you'll see shortly. Change does not stop there. It will continue on and follow me throughout my journey of life. I'll experience change as I move to a new city, start a new job, and overall finally become a real adult. We all will continue to encounter change as we navigate this pandemic and what changes it will bring to the future. Now, personally, I used to hate change. Anyone who knows me can adhere to that. I would be the type of person that I would shut down or tune it out. I would put it in a corner of my mind and pretend I had to have absolutely no interaction with it. This summer after my junior year at TCU, something clicked in me. I was working at my internship, and one of my mentors announced that he was transitioning to a new position at a new company. Honestly, I felt blindsided and confused. I felt like I was losing a mentor. I wanted to hate the change. However, as I embarked on my commute from Dallas back to Fort Worth, I began to reflect on all the changes that had occurred in my life. All of these changes turned out for the better, and they made me into the person I am today. It was like for the first time, a light bulb went off in my head, and a still voice said, "See, the change is okay." Now I have taken steps to embrace the change. I challenged myself to see why it is happening. I typically ask myself two questions. One, what can I learn from this? And two, how can I shape this for the better? I try to focus on what I can control and what change I need to let crash over me like a wave. I seek to find even the slightest glimpse of hope in the change. I wish with all my heart I could tell each of you that it's been an easy journey learning to love change. Unfortunately, it is not. I have to challenge and push myself each and every day. And some days I have to push with greater force. Nonetheless, I encourage each of you to take time to embrace change. Start with the change occurring right now. Think about all the positives and how you can shape this for the better. Although we don't get to see our beautiful campus, we still get to see each other thanks to the technology we have today. We get to spend time with family now, and some of us get to enjoy homemade food again. We get to save money, we get to explore new hobbies and interests, time to focus on our mental and physical health. We get to take classes in our pajamas, and we even get to sleep until the very last second. Ask yourself, what can I learn from this? Maybe you can learn not to take moments for granted or the value of making memories. Maybe you can learn a new hobby or a new love for nature. Maybe you can learn to seize each day or maybe even something new about yourself. Now, learning to embrace change and even love it will not happen overnight. It will take time. Now, lucky for us, we have all the time in the world right now. As you embrace this change, I want to remind you, you are not alone. Every person right now is with you, and every member of the Horned Frog family stands beside you. Lastly, I want to end with a quote. It takes a lot of courage to release the familiar and seemingly secure, to embrace the new. There is more security in the adventurous and exciting. For a movement, there is life, and in change, there is power. Thank you.